Ford have made a big mistake, and this concerns one of their most popular vehicles. But what is this mistake? Which vehicle is this affecting? I've got everything you need to know here on the channel as always, guys. So it's fair to say that Ford have had a lot of good reputation to rely on over the decades. They're probably the most recognizable car brand in the United States, and they pioneered a lot of different technologies and production processes even in their early days under Henry Ford. And it's been a good year for them overall so far. They've sold almost 1 million vehicles as of the end of May 2025 for the year so far, which is a 6.1% year-on-year increase on the same time last year. And for the month of May itself, their sales were up over 16% compared to May 2024. And the kind of vehicles that are driving this increase really are the big ones, the SUVs and the pickup trucks. SUVs made by Ford saw a 23% sales increase to 83,000 alone in May 2025, with the Explorer selling over 20,000 units alone. And trucks saw an increase of over 10%, 11.2%, to sell 121,000 overall in May 2025. And in fact, this was their best month of May since the pandemic. But things are not all going well for Ford. There are some problems that are going on. I mean, more money, more problems, right? And 700,000 Broncos have been recalled by Ford due to a potential fire hazard in that vehicle. Now, recalls for vehicles are very common. Ford and GM have been doing a lot of them in recent times. But a potential fire hazard, that is very much a big problem for a vehicle. This hasn't been hitting the sales figures for Broncos just yet, though. They've sold over 30,000 in the month of May alone this year. And after the Bronco returned in 2021, it's proven to be a big hit, beating the arguably more established Jeep Wrangler for the 7th consecutive month. But if you've got a Ford Bronco Sport that was built between 2021 and 2024, it's probably going to be recalled very soon because of this fire safety hazard. This also affects their Escape vehicles, which were made between 2020 and 2022, as well as the Cougars that were built between 2019 and 2024. And the cause of this fire hazard is essentially a cracked fuel injector that could leak fuel into the engine and therefore increase the risk of an engine explosion or a fire. In total, it's estimated that over 694,000 vehicles will be affected by this. In total, it's estimated that around 694,000 vehicles could be affected by this. And this will cost Ford at least $500 million to actually remedy, according to most estimates. And a lot of experts are predicting that their second quarter results on July 30th, when they are actually published, they will show a significant decrease in terms of the share price as a result. And a lot of gains that Ford have actually been making have actually been offset by the cost of tariffs. Now, Ford are adapting to this. They are, of course, going to be producing more of their vehicles in the United States from parts that are also made in the US as well. But right now, a significant portion of their vehicles that are sold in the United States are actually made in Canada and in particular in Mexico as well. So that is going to be hitting them in the short term. In the long term, it'll probably not impact them as much. But these sales figures have very much helped offset that, because without those strong sales, Ford would really be struggling right now. But yeah, your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Do you have one of those vehicles I mentioned before? A Bronco Sport, a Cougar, or an Escape? Have you noticed any issues with the engine? Get your thoughts in the comments below as always. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more like this, and have a fantastic day wherever in the world today, guys. And yeah, if you've got one of those vehicles, do get it checked out as soon as possible.